Are you aspiring to become an herbalist? Are you a plant enthusiast or an all-natural person? Those looking for a more natural way to treat yourself using herbal treatments. This is the book for you, the complete guide to herbal medicine. Hello everyone, I'm Elizabeth with Dandelion Soap Herb Shop, also known as Dandelion North. And today we're going to review this book. I'm going to tell you about it and tell you why you need it. If you don't already have it in your library or in your study, this is my go-to. I have used this book for over 20 years, and bar none, it is the most precise, conclusive, and the research is extensive. The studies that are included, reactions with medications, what medications you should or should not take when you're using certain herbs. And the best part, it is listed A through Z. So looking up an herb and going straight to it is as quick as thumbing through here alphabetically. In the beginning of the book, it's going to, of course, tell you the best way in which you can use the book. But I can tell you that it's that simple. You just look it up. And in the beginning, you will have the contributors and the consultants listed here. If you're looking for something specific, let's say a specific word like indigestion or stomach ache, menopause. The great thing about the index in the back of the book is you can basically look up that word and it's going to point you to the page where it's mentioned. If you're wanting to know all the specifics about any herb that you are wondering about, all the way down to some that are indigenous or those who are, really protected right now and you don't want to be harvesting them or using them because they are in a shortage and they're at risk. We have our kelpware right here. It's most common that we know about. Here's ginseng. It will have goticola. It will have a lot of the herbs that you're familiar with by their common name. Now what's great, it's also going to tell you their biological name. It will give you a little bit of history about their origin, where they're from, maybe even some folklore about them. Here down the side, it will list the common symptoms or usages with that herb. It will also give you all the different applications and ways that it's used, all the way down to the dosage amount. It's wonderful about telling you the side effects. And like I said, it's going to also tell you other common names or other names that refer to this same herb. And that is like gold. This book is full of so much wealth of information. And it is truly your complete guide to herbal medicine. It is your pocket reference. It is a need to have, got to have. Put it in your library. I keep this with me all the time, and I've bought several for students. I've highly recommended it, and every time I'm asked, this is the first book that I reference and the first book that I recommend to anyone who is trying to live all natural, who is practicing herbal medicine, who is an aspiring herbalist, who is already an herbalist and building their library of needs of books that would be good to always have on hand right away. And even when I have a customer and a client that I'm working with, I reference to this book. I check it first. I also make my medicine per se, my herbal medicine, by its recommendation because it gives you the dosage. Another thing about this book is this is put together by two pharmacists. They did the research, they checked in and did all the background. I mean, I'm talking case studies and how this information came about. It was just not quickly put together. It took them years to compile it, along with the other consultants that you will find in the front of this book. They really truly did their homework and extensively, and as pharmacologists they really know their science. They know about herbs and the biological traits and constitutes. So trust me, this is the best book you're going to find that you will ever need. I keep 2 copies. I keep one here right where I'm sitting, so that if someone calls me and I'm in this location, I can right away look that up if I even have a question or there's something they're asking me about that they want to know specifically. I can screenshot a page in this book and text it right to them. I keep one in the shop right there on the countertop all the time. I will hand it to the customer or the client. I will let them fumble through it and just see what they want to see. And a lot of times I keep 2 or 3 copies of this that I bought second-handed on the shelf. That way, if they want to buy their own personal copy, I have it available right then and there. I do not go without it. And if I had to pick one book out of my entire library of all my herbal books, this would be the one that I would definitely keep, hang on to, and make sure that it is with me at all times. I have used it for over 20 years. I cannot imagine not having this book after I got it. And when I bought this, I bought it used book from Amazon. And when I found it, I was just, you could hear music playing. I was just, wow, this is the book. You're curious about an herb, if you have heard information and you want to check that out and verify it, if you have a symptom or issues that you're dealing with, or you're working with a customer or client, look it up, do the homework, go that extra step. And this, they've already done the work for you. It's a quick way to see what the symptoms you might be treating or is possibly used for, giving you the background and history. You can verify the biological name as well as the common name and other names that it might be given. You will see the drug interactions, the application, the dosage amount. Of course, the footnotes, always giving you where they found that information and where they're referencing it from. Oh, and they'll even give you descriptions and definitions of certain words. So you have that in this book as well. Understanding and usage of herbal medicines. It goes all the way to shark cartilage. There you go. And this is how much herbs is in this book. So this is the beginning, this is the index, and then these are all the herbs. Definitions all in the back. This one is quite attractive. If you find a used copy on Amazon like I did, that's where I recommend you get it. And you're going to pay more for it now than I did, but it's worth every penny you give for it. You can't go wrong. If you're asking this herbalist what book would she keep, well, there you go. And my book review, well, it's the only one that I would pick out of my entire library. If I could only pick one, it would be The Complete Guide to Herbal Medicine. This is Elizabeth Morgan at Dandelion North, your practical apothecary.